Have you ever gone without internet for at least 1 month? Most likely not, but just imagine it, okay? Just imagine. Most of you would probably get bored. Maybe some of you would actually enjoy it. Actually, know some other talents you have, like paper quilling and others, or board games. But for some, it could be an actual nightmare. So, I'm going to show you how I survived without internet by one board game, chess. So my family bought a chessboard somewhere last year, and the only person I've been playing with is with my dad. He's actually good. So I'm going to be introducing you to the game of chess, a simple board game with simple rules, but very, very complex strategies. So I'm going to tell you how chess started. It started in India in the 16th century, and it used to be called Chaturanga. A game, it's like, so the game started its modern form in Europe of the 19th century, and briefly being banned in France in a brief amount of time. So now I'm going to be telling you the rules of the game, and it's a very simple rule, and that is to checkmate the opponent's king, where the king has no escape places to go and he is in check. It could also happen to you or your opponent. And now I am going to be telling you the movements of the chess pieces. So the first one we have is the pawn. The pawn is worth 1 point, and when it's first moved, it can move to either 2 squares or for only 1 square. This will protect the king from any other attacks from the pieces. A basic piece of the game, which you start early to develop your other pieces. The knight, which is worth 3 points, it moves in a L shape, and it's the only piece that can jump, which can only jump other pieces. It also has the ability to fork some certain pieces with the king, like the rook and the king in its first moves. The bishop is also worth 3 points. It moves in a diagonal in 2 colors, black or white. People have debates if the knight or the bishop which is stronger, either the bishop or the knight. The knights are stronger in the early game, and the bishops in the late games. The rook is found in the A and H file of the board. It can move in a straight line and is worth 5 points. It can also be used for castling with your king to safety. The queen is worth 9 points. It can move in a diagonal or straight line, and is often considered the most powerful piece on the board. So if you lose at early game, you are on a very big disadvantage. Your opponent can checkmate you with their own queen and some help of the other pieces. The king is worth the whole game. If you lose the king, you are doomed to fail. You are going to lose the game, and the king can only move in a square, 1 space in a square. So now that you know the pieces of the game, just practice some openings, and if you want to get good, just study some openings, understand the complexity of the game. And what does this do to your brain, you may ask? It will sharpen your brain's reasoning skills and thinking skills. It can also maybe help you think some really, really tough situations. So if you want to get better, just practice.